So I'm going to make this video, and I'm probably going to regret it. But a couple of my followers have asked what my opinion on AI art is recently. And it's been about a year since I talked about AI, and, maybe things have calmed down enough that I could talk about it now. But I do feel like I have to tell you the story. About a year ago, I found a couple people saying shit to a group of disabled kids that tried AI art for the first time and liked it. And they were saying shit like, if you really want to be an artist, just put a pen in your mouth and learn how to do art that way. And I made a video calling that out as ableist. A bunch of people ended up stitching that video out of context, saying that I said anyone who doesn't like AI art is ableist, which is not how I feel. I think about it like the people who say, if you want to play fighting games and you're disabled, hold the controller in your mouth. Like, it's kind of ableist to think anyone can do anything because you don't know what struggles someone's going through, right? So it's not as simple as put a pen in your mouth. I still don't like that sort of response. That being said, my genuine reaction to technology is usually technology is never good or bad. I actually think back to Chrono Trigger. I think of when Lucas said, machines only do what we tell them to do. And I do very much believe that. Now, I don't think it is okay to use people's art in databases without their permission. That's not good, especially if you're not paying them. I am very scared that big corporations are going to use AI to replace people. And I think the fact that we haven't created any meaningful legislation around AI is pretty horrible. It's like how our laws haven't really been updated for the online streaming age or the internet, except like 100 times worse. So yeah, I do think AI is a serious threat to people in creative businesses, but I don't think it's because of the AI. I think it's because of capitalism. Technology is very good at letting us do what we were already doing, but faster. And so AI is letting big corporations steal from artists, but faster. And you can, try to get rid of the AI, but that doesn't solve the problem. Like, just recently, Riot Games took that Dancing Toothless meme and made their own advertising out of it. And the creator of it was like, who do I bill? That was basically stolen. A while ago, Pepsi stole a piece of street artwork for their ads. And I want to reiterate, none of this is okay. Stealing art is just not okay, period. But the thing that AI is doing is letting us do that more efficiently, which sucks. So I think the people you need to target are the people who are stealing art, the people who are building databases without artist permission, the corporations who are looking to replace actors. I think those are the people you want to target. And I worry because when people target AI, like as an amorphous concept, as the technology, there's nothing you can really do against an amorphous concept. Like, you can't legislate the concept of AI, you have to legislate the people using AI. And so I think we need new laws governing AI really quickly. But again, I don't think the problem is that the technology exists. I think the problem is that there are people doing horrible things with that technology, and we need to have common sense legislation to prevent them from doing that. I don't think that destroying the technology is the way to go, and that may be my most unpopular opinion. In the end, I think that there's a lot of good that large learning models can do for the human race, and I think it's a shame that we've gone from thinking about what this can do for medical databases or thinking about what this can do for research purposes and basically have rallied behind saying it's an evil tool because of the way horrible corporations use it. And I don't know, I think the problem is the corporations. I think the problem is the people. I just genuinely believe that. I think technology just does what we tell it to. So you gotta target the people who are telling it to do bad things. I've worked in creative fields for most of my life. I'm actually working with a comic book artist right now. And he is afraid that he won't have a job anymore because of AI. And I fucking feel for him. Like, I've been afraid of that for a very long time. AI's taken my jobs as a localizer. AI has taken my jobs as a writer before, and it fucking sucks. But at the same time, my CPAP uses AI to allow me to breathe at night. My blood glucose monitor uses AI to make sure that I don't have a sugar spike. So AI can obviously do good. It's not just an evil tool. It's not an evil technology. Machines only do what we program them to do. So I don't know, maybe people will stitch this out of context again. But I genuinely worry. I genuinely worry that people will get so caught up in, like, witch hunts for people who use AI, like people who use AI in, I don't know, say creating a D&D character image or creating a prototype for a board game or something like that, because it's easy to point at someone who is using it and say that person is bad. And it's a lot harder to ask the question, what do we do to legislate this technology to make sure that when you use it, people don't get hurt? And my fear is that if we do demonize the use of AI, which, to be fair, right now in our capitalistic society, I don't think you can really use it in a way that doesn't hurt people. But if we demonize the people who use AI, the only people who will use it are the people who don't care about being demonized, like the giant corporations that are looking to replace people. So I think this means we have to think about solutions other than just don't use it. Just don't use it is a very good short-term solution, but it's not going to work in the long term. We need legislation that can produce actionable results against people who use AI to do harm. I actually think Abigail Thorne put it best when she said, there is no ethical computation under capitalism, and that might be the case. I think very soon we're going to have to grapple with the fact that technology has advanced so much that it's never going to operate in a way that doesn't hurt people in a capitalist system. And what's the solution to that? Well, I mean, I'd love it if capitalism went away, but, that's way off in the future, a pipe dream right now. Truth is, I don't know. I don't know what the short-term solution is other than creating better laws protecting intellectual property and governing the use of technology. But right now, I mean, our government's fucked. We are fighting not to have our civil rights rolled back. Heck, there are states passing anti-furry legislation, which is such a big joke. So, do I have any hope that there are going to be any laws legislating this anytime soon? No, but I still think it's what we need. But I do think that hating the technology it's a red herring. That's why AI companies talk about the dangers of AI so much. They want you to be afraid of the technology so that you don't focus on the people who are misusing it. And that's how I feel about AI. And I do genuinely feel like if you jump on someone because they use a device that is aided by AI for a medical purpose, I think you're going a little far, because we have to accept that this technology can do good and is doing bad. And you can't just put all of that in one basket and get angry at it. That's just going to end up hurting more people. So yeah, I don't know if this is going to blow up and make me look like a bad guy again, but I think the scariest thing about AI is doing nothing about it. And I think people have the right to be angry, but I think we need to focus on being angry at the right people. Because randomly being angry at any piece of AI art you see might feel good, but it doesn't do much to get results. Calling congressmen is probably the best thing you can do to get results now. My hope is that in the future, we are able to use AI in ways that no longer harm anyone, because I think the technology is really cool. But right now, I think that capitalism prevents us from doing anything without harming anyone. And that fucking sucks. And so just like it was when I said maybe boycott the Turf Wizard game, just like it was when I said maybe don't eat at the homophobic chicken restaurant, fight the harm that capitalism does in whatever way you can and whatever way affects you the least. With the knowledge that you can never be 100% perfect because capitalism makes us all complicit. And those are my thoughts and worries about AI. Now, if you're going to discuss this in the comments, I only ask that you be respectful to each other. The last time I made videos on AI, it did not end up well, and a lot of people got on each other's throat, and there were death threats sent around, and I don't want that to happen. So please be respectful if we're going to discuss this.